Hey there guys, Fireman Official here and welcome to this Age of Empires 4 video. So I'm really happy and excited to release this Mongols build order for basically hybrid maps. So in particular Mongolian Heights, which is what I'm demonstrating this build order on, but it works also pretty well on maps like Confluence, Boulder Bay and even Danube River to an extent. So with the starting villagers, 5 of them will go to wood and you'll take 1 villager to build the Aoe4, and 4 of the villagers that will be coming out from the town centre will go to sheep. Of course we take our Khan, we use the maneuver arrow to make sure we get as much speed as possible to find as many sheep as we can and bring them back to the town centre. You also want to see where you want to put your dock down because we will be putting that dock pretty quickly. The villager that went to build the Aoe4 comes back to the sheep, and as soon as we've got enough to afford a barracks, we take a villager from wood to build the barracks, and we'll pack up that barracks and move it to the Aoe4 once it's built. That villager that's building the barracks will then actually go forward to build the dock. And so now it's at this point, essentially in terms of villager count numbers, we're aiming for 5 on food, 4 on wood, and then once we reach that target we're going to send the next 3 villagers to wood, but of course we're not there yet. Almost though. So we're taking the villager now to build the dock, and we're packing up the barracks and bringing it to the Aoe4. And we should have enough wood for the dock, but if you're a little bit short, it's not a problem. Just get the villager to go to the fish for a bit, collect some food, and then of course we will build the dock. We're bringing our sheep back home. We want to make sure we've got enough sheep underneath the town centre. There's lots of sheep in Mongolian Heights, so it's there's a lot here for you. Alright, as you can see we're a little bit short on wood, but that's fine, not too bad. We're going to build that dock any second now. And what we will do once the barrack is unpacked at the Aoe4, we're actually going to train spearmen, but we're going to do it ×2 using the influence of the Aoe4. And then we're going to force drop a little bit there just to afford the dock, and then we'll get the fishing ships pumping out. Well, actually I say that, we'll get 1 fishing ship. Then we'll build an outpost with that villager that's there building the dock. We take our Khan just to see what's happening. We want to take the spearmen as well, because we want to see if we can deny our opponent's dock potentially. And if not, it's not a problem. It offers us some protection. Of course, we're only sending 1 villager, so it's a bit prone to being under attack from a scout. Your opponent's scout, but we've got the spearmen, so we're all good. So because we hit 5 on food and 4 on wood, we're then started to send the next 3 villagers to wood to make 5 on food, 8 on wood in total. Okay, so now the villagers built the dock, the villager will build an outpost to offer some protection, and then that villager will go to the fish there next to the dock though. Okay, we've got 8 on wood, and so what we're going to do now is going to send the next 3 villagers to gold. We're going to keep scouting, see what damage we can do, if any at all. We can see what our opponent's doing, going for the Chamber of Commerce as the French. But we're looking good, we're looking good. So it doesn't look like our opponent has docked, which can sometimes happen, but it is usually a good idea to dock on this kind of map, hence why we are. And yeah, we're going to get villagers to gold now. 3 in total. Now, once you have built your drop-off point for the gold, that's when you can continue just to pump out fishing ships from your dock. So because we can't see our opponent's dock to destroy, we're just going to garrison our spearmen there. Offers us some protection and means we can fish in peace. Alright, looking smooth. So now that we've got 3 villagers on gold, we're going to send the new villagers from the town centre to go to sheep at the town centre. It's worth noting at this point, although we're not there yet, but when we are in feudal age, we could actually get the arrow slits upgrade for our outpost. Again, just to offer us some defensive cover. Right, now we are going to keep our Khan active, of course, to find as many sheep as possible. It just helps us, even though we are, going for fishing ships, we will keep villagers on sheep, just a small number of them there, just to tide us over and make sure we're efficient in terms of the resources that we need to gather. Okay, so we actually keep getting villagers to the sheep until we have enough food to get up to the next stage. and that will be about 8 villagers on sheep, roughly. Obviously, it depends on whether you've invested in more spearmen or not, but I've all factored that into the build anyway, so we're all good. Okay, we're going to go up with the Deerstones landmark. We do have 8 villagers there, which is great. And now, once we've started to build that, we're actually going to get new villagers from the town centre to go to wood. It's really important that you haven't idled your dock because, of course, it's the fishing ships that we're relying on for your food income right now. If you find that you are struggling to maintain your town centre production, just force drop off the fishing ships and that should tide you over. But hopefully you won't have to do that too often, or at all really, to be honest. You shouldn't have to at all. We're going to harass our opponent and just see what kind of annoyance we can cause. It's always helpful for your cause. And yeah, when we do go up to the next stage, by the way, the villagers that are building the landmark, will take half of them to go to gold and half of them to go to sheep. We're also going to take the villager that was taking fish there to build a second dock. And that second dock is going to be really useful because, as you can see, we've got full control of the water. And that's what our aim was, really, with the outpost and the spearmen. It's really imperative you do that. It's such a great source of resources, income. It's free food basically, and it's just really good sustainable long-term eco for you. Okay, so now we're going to take a villager from the sheep to build archery ranges, blacksmiths, your production buildings as soon as you hit up feudal age. We're going to go for Mangadai, we're going to get spearmen from the barracks, and we're also going to go for a stable. And of course the blacksmith upgrades. So we do go for a bit of an AI army, but it's actually quite useful to have a mixture of different kind of units. You can just scout to see what your opponent is going for, but having that mixture is really useful. And to be honest, our eco is really well balanced. As you can see, we're getting hardened spearmen as an upgrade. We've got the option to get arrowslits, but I don't, because really we've got the military presence on the map now, and we don't really need to, but arrowslits is always an option there if you're under pressure with your fishing eco. As you can see as well, we're getting the fishing ship upgrade just to make them even better gatherers of food. So when we can afford it as well, we're going to get the blacksmith and of course get blacksmith upgrades. You name it, we want it. We want steeled arrow, we want iron undermesh, we want all the good stuff. Alright, so it's great because you can see now we're actually double producing Mangadai, we're double producing spearmen, we've got all that stone piled up. Perfect for the overuse there, and we are buzzing with our eco. We're also going to get a stable as well, which will really help our cause in terms of army, and yeah, we're just going to basically build up the army around the outpost there as our base for attack. We also actually want to think about getting siege engineering as well, guys, because we'll use the spearmen, or the hardened spearmen now, to actually start building rams. And you may have noticed, guys, all our villagers since we hit feudal age have been going to wood, and that's really useful for our fishing ships production from double docks. And you know, we're going to get enough wood to start building rams now soon as well. There we are, we're getting siege engineering queued up, and we're producing from the archery range the Mangadai, we're producing the spearmen from the barracks, and we're very soon to start producing horsemen from the stable. Building up a bit of the army, and we could be going now forward with the Mangadai. I don't actually do it in this demonstration, but you can actually bring your Deerstones landmark forward as well to give you a bit of an assistance as well if you need to. But we can see here, you know, French going for knights, nothing too kind of spectacular there. It's kind of anticipated, and hence we've got the spearmen. We've got the Mangadai that can kite units as well, which is fantastic. And yeah, this is just full steam ahead now, really, guys. This is the build order in a nutshell. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and I feel like I'm really pumping out these build orders at the moment. If you have any specific requests of build orders that you'd like to see on the channel, do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll have a think about how best to do it. I'm really liking doing these sort of hybrid map build orders at the moment, because they are quite challenging maps to play sometimes without a good game plan. Also, don't forget that you can also actually stop producing fishing ships if you're finding that you're having a really strong push forward, and especially if you want to get rams. You can save that wood that you would normally use for the fishing ships on rams and really start going for a really strong ram rush to accompany your army. Also guys, don't be afraid of sending a couple of villagers forward to build some outposts around your opponent's key resources, because of course you can take advantage of the arrow slips upgrades for those outposts. But anyway guys, if you'd love to see more content like this, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and do catch me on a live stream if you can. But otherwise guys, it's been a pleasure making this video. I've really enjoyed it. Take care guys, and see you next time.